Alright, so nextjs, okay, it's a React static site generation, static site kind of framework or whatever, right? So this is what we're going to go over today. In order to get this done, you definitely have to have Node.js installed. So I'm not going to go through this, just follow directions on this page, get that installed for your operating system, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so hold on, let me go to the documentations, put the docs in there, right? Alright, easy getting started. Okay, so you can use yarn or npx, so let's do this right here, right? I'm in my, okay, so we're going to put npx is so you don't really have to install it, it'll download everything for you. Create next app, and then we just put let's just call this test app. Okay, perfect. So alright, now we want to just cd into that directory. What did I call that? Test app. Okay, so we'll clear everything. Okay, and now we're going to npm I -- save bootstrap. Bootstrap is a framework we're going to be using. Let me put it over here. We're going to be using this. This is CSS framework. It's got some components in here. If you've never heard of Bootstrap, well, you've been living under a rock. This has been out for years and years and years. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go into my favorite editors, the Visual Studio Code. See, it puts all your stuff in there. It generated a bunch of content. We'll go through that in a minute. Or generated a bunch of setup files. Okay, Visual Studio Code gives you your package. Oh, come on, man. Alright, got your package.json here. You see that it puts React in there. We got Bootstrap installed and Next. And you can run your program with these scripts up here, right? Basically all we really need to do is go into this pages here, and we're going to edit the app.js and we're going to edit index.js. We'll also make another page and we'll link to it just so I can, just so you can see. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to run this, and you can do a control the thing that's below the tilde is backtick. Control backtick, and it'll bring up this menu right here. I just found that that shortcut myself. All right. So we're gonna do npm run dev, which is basically this command right here. Okay. So it's gonna run next dev. Bam, my thing should be up. So it's gonna go on through port 3000 right here, localhost port 3000. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so it came up, right? Alright, so let's go over here. Alright, and this is the startup page that you get, right? Alright, so we're going to do this like we're used to it, and we're going to let's bring that back up. Alright, and let's put, that's Control B to bring that. I also found that shortcut out just recently, right? So first we're going to go into this app. Okay, and you can see that it's just going to print out, it's just going to take out a component, right? And then we've got index.js, which is going to have all the stuff on this page right here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to clear this out, right? So we got all this code right here, and we'll start from blank. We'll also take out this image and header. We don't need this right here. Come on, man. Why do you not? Okay. The keyword wants to, you want to be uncooperative with me today. Okay. Finally. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we got this. We can take this out too. We can take this class name out as well. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, okay, so now you see we have a blank canvas right here, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to just get something on the screen. So we'll just put hello world. Okay. Now you can see that once you start it down here, it's going to automatically continue updating as soon as you save something. So you see we got the hello world there. Perfect, right? Alright. So what we can do now is we're going to install Bootstrap, right? So to import bootstrap, it's going to go into this node modules over here, right? And let's bootstrap right here. You can see bootstraps right here. So when we import things here, right? So import, and then we'll put it's gonna look in this for the root directory, right? So you don't have to put, you can put bootstrap and then CSS. What are you doing here? Okay. And I think it's dist. No, it's CSS. Where the hell is it? Where's bootstrap? Okay, bootstrap, this, CSS, and then it's, okay. Then it's going to be bootstrap.min.css. Okay, so now we have bootstrap installed. Alright, so now what we can do over here is we can go over to bootstrap, right? There's a bootstrap. And let's go get a navbar right here, right? So we got navbar over here. Alright, and see this I'm teaching it this way because you'll be able to get any framework, any CSS framework that you want, you know, because you just import the CSS just like that, right? So we'll copy this, right? And then we'll put it in here like this. Okay, let's format that a little bit. Wish that did it for you. Come on, man. Oh, this nav right here too. Okay. Alright, so we got a little separation there. Okay, so you see that this is not going to work, right? Alright, and you're going to get an error on the page as well, right? Alright, so we'll put in here it's class name. Okay, so in order for us to get this, we'll get all of these, right? Because F, Control F, and we'll put class, and we'll put class name. Okay, and then we'll replace all of them. Okay, then S, okay, doesn't like this right here either. I don't know, I guess it's not okay, so now I can file successfully. So instead of class, it's got to be class name. Not sure why, but that's what it does, right? Okay, so this navbar is white, so you can't really see it. So let's change this to dark. So it's BG dark. Okay, so now we've got a what you call navbar right here. Did I make two of them? Yeah, I made two of them. That's why there's like two. Okay, all right. So we have our navbar here, right? Well, I'm going to put up the navbar right there. Okay, we have our navbar here, right? So the cool thing about this is you can put this into a component, right? And what you want to do, there's ways to do it with classes, but it's the best to do this as a function, right? So this is going to be like ES6 EX6 JavaScript. So const, let's put nav. We'll put nav in big or in capital. And then bam. Now if you put curly braces like this, you have to put you have to do a return statement like this, right? And then paste the code in there, right? But if you do it just with like parentheses, it'll return automatically, so you won't need to put that return statement in there. Just a little tip for you. All right, so let's put that in there, this nav. All right, so now we can put this nav in here. It'll be a component. Okay, now you see we got the navbar back, right? All right, now if we want to put this into a different, file, right? So we can do some code separating right here. Let's create a new folder, right? We'll create a new folder called, it's in a root directory called component. Okay. Oh man, I made a damn file. Alright, so new folder. Okay, component. Okay, perfect, right? So inside the components we'll put new file, nav.js. Bam, we got that right there, right? So now we can take this code out of here. What is going on with my damn... Okay, so alright, take that code down out of here. We'll take this out of here, right? And in order for us to get this to, you know, the program to recognize this so we can export this, we'll just, or include this in another file, we have to put export default, and then nav. Okay, and that's going to export this for, you know, whoever to see it, right? And now I believe we also got to take this bootstrap and put it in here. Let me check. I want to do it without it and see if that works, right? But this is not going to compile, right? Okay, why didn't it compile? Well, it shouldn't compile. Okay, right. It compiled, but it's not right? Okay, so nav is not defined, right? So now we're going to import nav. Import nav from dot slash, because we got to go up a direct. We're inside of this pages directory, so we have to go out the directory and down the directory. So component slash nav. Okay, so now we should have our navbar back, and we have our navbar back right there, right? So now we've split the component. We've split it into a different component, right? If we look at this, we can't see the words over here because it's in. We can't see this navbar word because it's black, right? So let's change that real quick, right? And included, you'll have this globals.css right here, right? And it's going to be ... because you're going to have to come out of the pages directory, then go into the styles directory and put globals. So we'll just add this to globals, and we'll just put this in here like this, right? So we're importing that, right? Made a blooper there, right? And I'll show you what happened here, right? Not nav, okay. All right, no, it doesn't go in here like that, right? I made a little mistake. All right, so we'll compile, but it's going to be in this app.js, all the global CSS, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is inside of this nav, we're going to put a span around this. Okay. And then we're going to call this, why does this damn thing keep doing this? Class name, and we'll call this white text. Okay. Alright, now we're going to globals, and we'll put, whenever you do use a class, you put a dot in front of it, white space, and then we put color, and let's do white smoke. Okay, so that should update. We should be able to, oh, we don't see it. Why don't we see it? Did it update? Let's save it over here. Put a class name, white text. I put white space. Okay, see bloopers. We're thinking white text. Okay, now you can see, we can see that because it's white now, right? Okay. So now we can also include things in here, like, all right, say we want to put a word that we put as a tag in there, right? So we'll put props in this function right here, you know, as an argument in the function, right? And then in order to put anything from React, you have to use those curly braces. So props, and we'll call this title, props.title, right? All right, and then when we come over here, we can put title equals my home page. And you can see now we got my home page there, right? So it brought it through to this component, right? Okay, so now say we want to put another we can put another link inside there. So let's say let me go over to the Bootstrap site and we'll check how they're doing this with like links. All right, okay, so we see that they're making a list and they're putting all these links in here, right? Okay, so let's just take this right here, right? We'll cut and paste from there. Okay. Okay, now you see we got some links up here, right? All right, so we can play with the colors and stuff like that. This isn't a Bootstrap course, but maybe I'll do a Bootstrap tutorial. All right. So what was I gonna do here? Okay. All right. Now we can also like put things like, let's say we don't have any of these links, right? Or we want to have let's take this off of here, right? And we'll put and we want to make one of these a link, so we'll call this link. And we're going to use a ternary operator, right? So if the link exists, then we're going to make this one, right? And if not, we'll just put null, okay? See if that compiles. Class nav link. We'll put this here. We'll do single quotes. See if that works. Yep, see, like that worked. Okay. Link is not defined, right? So let's say props.link. So we see that there's no pricing one, right? So if we put a link on here, you put link equals true. Well, you know what? I think you got to do it like this. True. Okay, it didn't give me. Alright, you don't need any of those brackets. You just return it just like this, right? So now we have link in there, and it'll show. You can see that we have our pricing there, right? And then if we take this out, take this link out altogether, right? Return none, so you won't see anything right there, right? Okay, we can also we can give this any name we want, alright? So we'll say props dot link. Okay, we'll put that in there like that, right? And then we'll put Okay, we'll put in here link equals this doesn't really make sense, but we'll just put that in there just to show you. And we'll put price. Okay, so this should show up and you see price. Alright, so we were able to return from here, we were able to return it into here. And if we take this together, or we take this away, it just won't show it. You won't see it, right? Now we can also, we can also just return something else, right? We can just put disable. Okay. And put this in a p tag. Okay, we got disable. Looks messed up, but we got it, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a content component so that we can so that we can kind of have this uniform on every page. Okay. All right. So let's do. Okay. Well, I've already created that right there. I'm just going to paste this code in. All right. So when we can create this content component, right? All right. What it's going to do is it's going to center the content onto the page, right? We'll always have that, right? All right. So what we're going to do is container, and if it's on a large screen, CSS for this is a bootstrap for. It does 12 columns, so it's going to take half of the columns on a large screen. I'll put this gray back here because I like to see what box it is what's showing. Okay. All right, so let's go in here in the index. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you is this props children is going to allow whatever you put inside there to pass through. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so let's put in content. Okay, automatically put in that component. Okay, and we'll put hello in here. Okay. Okay, and you can see that it centers it in the screen, and we have this hello here, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this on another page, so stay tuned for that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to create another page. Let's do an about page, okay? So new file and pages, so we'll put about.js, okay? Alright, and then here we'll do the same thing. The same thing, create the component like so. Okay, and then we'll return we'll put div in here. Shut up, dog. Div, and we'll put just about so that we can show that we went to another page, right? Alright, so let's go in here and put a link inside here. Okay, and put the href. We'll put /about and put about in here. Okay, and we'll put this. Okay, link is not defined. It's something I have to import. Okay, I have to import link from next link. Okay, now it should work. I think this link is. It's got to be that size. Okay, there we go. We got a flashing. Let's see what error we have on the page. Might as well not find next link. All right. we just had to import this link in here, and we had to take that slash off. We just use that. All right, and then once we go back into about, we just have to export it so it'll show up. Okay. All right. Now this is what we got. We got our about link right here, and it takes us to the about page. It'll take us back. About link, about page. All right. Okay. Now let's build this page up a little bit. Okay. So let's take this link out and we'll put it in the navbar. Okay. So. Alright, so we have this features, we'll just put about in here, and then we'll put about. Okay. Alright, so we should be able to see this here, and then take us to the about page, right? Now we're going to style about page, right? All we're going to do, this is the beauty of having components, right? Everything is reusable, right? So we import nav. Well, you know what? Let's just use the nav component right here, right? So we'll put nav should just pop right. Oh my god. Keyword doesn't want to. I think it's navbar. Is it navbar? No, I think it's nav. Okay, it didn't automatically import it, so import nav from what is it? Components slash. Is it navbar? Hold on, let me check this out. Components.nav. Okay, this thing is going crazy on me. V. Okay, and I think I got to do a dot slash. Okay. All right, and we didn't import bootstrap, so that's why it's not doing that, right? Okay, so you see that's how it's doing. You see we got our navbar again, right? And now, since we have that content, we can center this content. Okay, for some reason that worked. It's content, so we'll just put this about in there. Okay, and now you see we have about, and the page is styled because we have that content component that we imported, right? Alright, the last thing we want to do is show how to fetch to a page, or get outside data to a page, right? So I already picked up this API right here. Where is it at? This meme generator, memeflip.com API. Alright, and we're just going to use this get memes function right here, right? So now, alright, so there's 3 ways to do this, right? You got the get statics prop, which will, fetch data at build time, and get static paths, which will make specify dynamic groups to pre-render pages based on data, okay? Data that's already in the program. And we got get server-side props, fetch data on each request. This is the one we're going to do, right? So in order to get this to work, alright, we're going to use this on the about component, right? So let's save this. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Alright, let's refresh this. Alright. So we're gonna go home. Come on. Okay, localhost 3000. Okay, so this will bring us to the home page, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put that get server side I already wrote it in here. So put this above your component, okay? And it's gonna, here is that URL that we're gonna hit, and we're gonna convert that to JSON, and then we're gonna return the data. We're gonna return the data, JSON data from this, right? So in order for us to get that data, put this in here like this, and this is going to serialize, or I forgot the name for it, but it's going to go past this props and just take this data, right? Okay, so now what we can do inside of here, okay, is we'll put data, and then we can see the structure of this data right here, right? And it's data and memes is the array. So we're going to do data, okay, and then we'll do memes. And then we'll just get the first one, and then we'll get the URL. So URL. Okay, so this should work right here, right? Okay. All right. See, we have the URL to the to one of the image memes from this API. Okay, so now if we want to get a bunch of them, we'll just put map, then we'll put img, and then if we use the syntax, it'll just return, and otherwise we have to put a return statement in there. Come on. All right, so we'll put a div, another div, and we'll put the class name as a row. This is a bootstrap thing, so it'll go, each one will go on its own row, right? Then we'll put img src image search, and we'll put this in there. We'll put img.url, okay? Then we'll terminate that, okay? Now this should work. Oh, see, here we go. We have all the memes we want. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for your time and attention.